Rest day number 2, and I am out of the house. Time to find the best coffee in town. I decided to wear shorts and flip-flops, but it's only 14 degrees out, so not actually that warm, and I'm wondering if it was the right decision. Part of me is just thinking that, well, it is summer, and do what one does in summer and wear summery clothes. Worst case, I'll come back, so I'll do that at a place that roasts their own beans, at least promising, and Reddit also seems to claim that it is one of the better coffee shops in town. Alright, just got everything, and I'd say it looks appropriately hipster. Got the measuring beaker, toast with big rounds of salt, oddly shaped cinnamon bun. A little bit more touristing in Trondheim. This is actually on my way to my apartment up there, so always nice to be able to see some sights while getting things done. Of course, sitting at a coffee shop definitely counts as getting things done. But I've had a little bit more caffeine than I need, feeling a little bit, I don't know, lightheaded. I forgot to consider that light roast coffees generally have a lot more caffeine than the regular coffees that you get. So anyway, I'm gonna try to stop by the bike shop, see if they'll do a quick check of my saddle. And well, I tried Trondheim Cycle Service, incredibly friendly guy helping me out, but they don't do bike fitting apparently, so but he did recommend 2 other places. He also had a look at my bike, looked at the chain, the brakes, the spokes, the wheels, and I think a couple of other small things, and he said generally looking good, so very happy to hear that. Sounds like my bike should last for another couple of kilometers. I have to say, Trondheim is great for cycling. There are cycle lanes everywhere, and not the sort of 70 centimeter ones they have in Zurich, but really wide ones, both directions. It's also quite nice out here, like cycling along the coast. They have this island over there, and I actually considered studying in Trondheim, although most of the technical directions they had weren't really interesting to me. There was a lot of oil-related stuff, oil drilling, geological stuff, but I'm sure I would have had fun studying here, well, at least based on my very limited experience so far. There's lots of students here, very many students. Trondheim Sykkelverksted recommended Kaya. Let's see if they can help me. Alright, they were able to give me a couple of suggestions for things to try, so yeah, I'll adjust that when I get home, try with it for one day, see what it's like, see if my knee feels better or worse. I have a problem. The zip on my frame bag is basically completely ripped. I mean, I guess it's seen a decent amount of use, but I mean, I'm like 2 weeks in, and so I mean, yeah, I was definitely expecting it to hold longer than that. It is a custom bag, so you know, I guess there's some more variability than if you buy just a standard thing. But of course, with 3 weeks to go, this definitely isn't going to hold me. Like, it looks like it'll, you know, hold maybe another 2 days or something. So I need to figure out an alternative plan, and yeah, I guess fortunately I'm in Trondheim. Unfortunately, it's now 6 p.m. I don't really know what to do. Brief update: I found seamstress seam man in Trondheim. Opens at 10 a.m. tomorrow. I was supposed to be on the ferry at 9:40, but yeah, priorities. And they have a photo of zippers, so really hoping they can fix a zip. I checked they say make an appointment, but it doesn't work. But they say it takes around 5 days to fix a zipper. So I'm really hoping they can just, you know, take some pity on me and can do something quickly. I'll see. Also, another fail. I bought this thing to like copy the videos off the camera. And yeah, I got the one with the wrong end piece, got the lightning instead of the USB-C one. So yeah, yet another thing to deal with. Not I'd say not the best day, but you know, I'm in Trondheim at least, and much better to have these issues here. So, and the next problem, the stitching in my sort of leg warmers tights has also come loose. Spent the last couple of hours trying to come up with a plan for what to do about my bag, like sort of plan B and C kind of thing, and how I can maybe not fill the bag up quite as full going forward. But in the end, I sort of realized there's not very much I can do right now. I mean, one thing I can do is put my toiletry bag in my sort of saddle bag, which might help a little bit, but yeah, apart from that. So I figured I'd go get some dinner, and otherwise, yeah, just try to get some sleep and then an early start tomorrow instead, because I think I'll just be able to do much more tomorrow once I can, you know, pack my bags and figure out what the tailor is able to do. My food has arrived. I asked if I could get some greens with my burger, but they said they don't sell any greens. They've tried many times, but apparently nobody buys them, which I sort of believe. Those guys over there, that's the fifth group of people today I've seen moving either a mattress or a sofa. I don't really know what's going on. Maybe like university is, I don't know. Anyway, probably students moving around. But, I suppose the kind of things that happen more in cities than on mountaintop countrysides. It's nearly 10 o'clock. I'm gonna head to bed, try to get an early night's sleep so I can get up early tomorrow and, you know, pack up. Also have a couple of things I'd like to bring to the post office, things that I'm not really using, and I figured, you know, might as well send them home, like my exercise ball and my Kindle and a couple of other small things. So, yeah, get up early. I figured before wrapping up for the evening, I'd do like a little bit of an overview over what's coming next now that I sort of reached maybe my first big milestone. Let's put it that way. So, let's see if you can see this. I think you can. Yeah, I started down here in Lindesnes, made it through the center of Norway to Trondheim, and I'm going to Nordkapp. And so in terms of distance, Trondheim is about a third of the way, although in terms of ascent meters, it's closer to about half of the total ascent. I've split up the trip into another sort of 3 sections, the first being Bodø, from here to Bodø, then Bodø to Tromsø, and then Tromsø to Nordkapp. From here to Bodø is about 800 kilometers, and then 600 and another 600 kilometers. And I have around 20 days left on my trip, and I say around basically because if I spend 19 days, then I can take a ferry to Nordkapp for sort of the very last section, which means I don't need to go in a tunnel that goes 212 meters underground and is apparently not the most fun experience as a cyclist. If I take 20 days, then I do have to deal with the tunnel. If I do 21 days, basically 20 days the boat doesn't go. If I do 21 days, then I can take a boat again, but it does mean I have to move my flight to later in the day, and I'll get home, I guess like late on Monday. So yeah, roughly 20 days and roughly 2,000 kilometers, so around 100 kilometers a day. Additionally, I have like 2 days for rest days. So that's, yeah, around 100 kilometers a day. What I'm gonna do though is plan in closer to 120 kilometers a day to make up for basically anything that might happen on the road, like a bag that breaks. So I'm planning in 7 days. So rather than 8 days, planning in 7 days from Trondheim to Bodø, 6 days from Bodø to Tromsø, and then 6 days again from Tromsø to Nordkapp. So ideally, I would do rest days split up evenly, but rather than sort of stopping slightly before Bodø in like a little town that probably has like one hotel at best, I'd I'm gonna try to get to Bodø in 7 days of cycling rather than 6 days, and then sort of do my rest day in Bodø, which is a lot more interesting. And then, yeah, if it works out as planned, doing 120 kilometers a day, then I can do a rest day after 5 days in Tromsø and sort of same in Nordkapp. It probably won't work out that way. I'm sure something will happen on the road. Hopefully, I'll be able to get my bag fixed tomorrow morning. Basically, if I can get it fixed tomorrow morning, I can maybe get on a ferry around, say, noon. I do have about 6 hours on the bike that I need to do tomorrow. And then, yeah, I think rather than finding a campsite, I'll probably go to the Quality Inn hotel where sort of at my destination for the day and just sort of crash there, basically not unpack and just sort of do the basic thing. They have a restaurant there and just eat something there. So just basically, if I can manage to sort the bag, then I'll just do the easy thing for everything else. If not, I'll need to stop early, but there's not any very good place to stop early, unfortunately. So I'll need to play it a little bit by ear. And yeah. So anyway, off to bed I go.